All right, guys, welcome to the Wilder Blueprint 12 Lessons for Foreclosure Mastery. In this training, we're going to go over all 12 lessons that are involved coming up in this program. All right. Now, most investors fail in distressed real estate because they're missing their system. The blueprint is 350 pages of institutional training, complete operational system for foreclosure acquisition, and 1,500 plus pages of knowledge. So let's break it down into phases here. Okay. Over the next several minutes, we're going to go over the 12 lessons that'll transform you and how you approach these distressed homeowners. The first phase is situational foundations. So you have to be able to master timelines and the diagnostic frameworks here. Phase two is the psychology of the close and how you build trust and read the room. The third phase is negotiations, right? You need to be able to control the conversation and handle objections. The next phase, the last phase, is your systems, your data, and how you scale and how you can build a 7-figure income and business by implementing everything you go over here. Let's go over the first lesson. Timeline. Know when to strike. This is your first lesson. Here's what separates winning from losing is timing. Now, the foreclosure process isn't one event. It's a 200 plus day event that has 5 distinct stages. Each stage has different players, different pressures, different profit opportunities. For each lesson, I'm going to tell you the 2 key learnings from each lesson that we go over here. So, key learning number 1, winners know the exact day leverage shifts. And so they operate on data and timing, not hope and hustle. The second, every stage has different profit strategies. Early stages are usually for wholesale, fix and flips, and subject to deals. Late stages, well, that's when it's too late. That's when REO opportunities present themselves. Lesson 1 is all about mastering the timeline. And once you lock in the timeline, you lock in more deals. This is your operating system. Lesson 2 are the 3 buckets: sort, solve, close. Okay? Most investors waste 80% of their time on the wrong people. And I created the 3 buckets to change that. These rules change everything. Every homeowner falls into one of these 3 buckets. Bucket 1, they can afford to keep their home. Help them out, right? Bucket number 2, they cannot afford to keep their home. They've had a permanent hardship, so you're going to guide them to a graceful exit. This is where your money's made. Bucket 3 are the people that are there to waste your time and to try to manipulate you. Disengage immediately. Hope isn't a strategy, math is. So your job isn't to save everyone, it's to diagnose reality and then prescribe the correct solution. This lesson protects your time, your energy, and your income, and you use it on every single lead. Stop chasing ghosts. To do. Lesson 3, empathy. Empathy wins and it builds trust and it closes your deals, right? The brutal truth, empathy is not a soft skill, it's a competitive weapon. Investors who lead with empathy close 40% more deals than those who lead with offers. Why? Because homeowners choose the people that they trust and respect, not the highest bid right away. Second thing to know about this lesson here is you're going in with the helper first model, right? Which positions you as a consultant, not a shark. You're not there to go get the deal, right? You're there to help them navigate a crisis. Lead with questions, not offers. Educate before you negotiate. Empower their decision. When homeowners feel understood, they stop shopping around and they commit to you. So empathy converts interest into action. Lesson 4, the distressed homeowner. Read the room. The deal isn't a house, okay? The deal is in the homeowner's head. So the first thing that you need to know is that two homeowners with identical financials will make completely opposite decisions from time to time. Why? Well, the psychology behind it is you can close one in 7 days and the other walks away with nothing, and the difference is their grief stage, their archetype, and their emotional state. Second thing you should know, reading the room happens in the first minute. Less than 60 seconds, you're looking for 3 layers. The first one is their environment. Is the home chaotic or is it clean? Energy. Are they anxious, calm, defensive, open, right? And the third is their emotional state. What grief stage are they in? So if you master psychology, you'll close deals that others walk away from. Numbers tell you what's happening, but psychology will tell you why and then what happens next. Lesson 5, the 5 solutions. This is your playbook here, okay? Here's why one-trick ponies fail. If they force every homeowner into the same box, they lose deals that they should have won, but they only had one solution, right? If you want to win in this game, right, you need to have at least 5 deals in your arsenal. One is loan modification help. You're not processing these, right? But you're giving them a DIY opportunity to give them a better opportunity to get that mod approved. Short sales, right? There's still money in these short sales. 3, cash offers, joint venture deals, hard money loans, right? Close fast, subject to deals. This is really where your profit margins are and where you really win. You can also invest as a cash or keys guy where you're buying at the auction. The 5th is a strategic walkaway, right? Know when to disengage from time wasters. I can't tell you how vital that is. Second part that you need to understand is you need to start thinking like a coach and not a player, right? What a coach will do is they'll assess the situation and then they'll deploy that right play to where players will run the same play every time and fail when situations change. Your versatility equals more deals, higher trust, and the maximum amount of ROI that you can get once you master all 5 of these solutions. Lesson 6, the players, the who's who in foreclosure. Amateur mistakes, thinking foreclosure is just you and the homeowner, right? Wrong. This is a 7-player chess game, and every foreclosure involves 7 critical players. You have the homeowner, right? That's your trustor, right? They control property until the auction comes. The lender or the beneficiary, they control the timeline and the approval process. Then you have a trustee, and they hold critical information and they can postpone sales. Then you have the attorney. They can delay, they can stop, they can complicate your deal too. Then you have the other stakeholders, right? You have second liens, HOAs, tax authorities. And then you have tenants, right? They can delay possession. They can demand cash or keys depending on where you're at. And then you have competing investors, right? You're not alone. There's a whole bunch of people out there locking in these deals. You have to learn how to be better, and I'm going to show you how. Second thing you should know, each player has motivations, what they want, and pressure points, right? What they fear. When you understand this ecosystem, you can predict behavior and influence the outcomes. So when you control this, you control the deal. This is strategic intelligence applied to real-world negotiation. All right, on to frame control and owning this conversation in lesson 7. Now, let's go over some real truth here, okay? Most of your competition lose deals before they even open their mouth. And I would say it's probably 90% of them. Why? They surrender the frame in that 30 seconds. And let me break down frame and what frame control is, right? So on that first key learning that I want to go over with you, the frame is that It's that invisible context that determines who has the authority and basically who's in control and what this conversation is going to be about. The person that controls that, which is your frame, controls the outcome always. The big mistakes that I've seen people make, right? The rookie, amateur, stupid mistakes, right? Is they allow homeowners to ask questions and they allow homeowners to follow their agenda. When you learn how to close multiple deals on a monthly basis and you know what you're doing, you can establish and control that expert frame. So you're asking the questions, you're setting the agenda, and you're guiding the conversation. The frame is really just your operating system. Your content is just software. You can have the best offer in the world, but if you don't control that frame, nothing works. Stop reacting, start leading. Control the frame within that first sentence. Next lesson is 8, the grief cycle. You need to lead through crisis. These people are going through some shit, okay? And every homeowner facing foreclosure moves through 5 very predictable stages of grief. Either denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and finally they'll end up in acceptance. Number 1, I want you to know about in this lesson, each stage has a psychological function. So denial really just protects against overwhelming truth for people. Anger is their way to externalize blame. Bargaining maintains a level of control that's an illusion. And depression processes the loss. That's really where the wins start happening, right? Is when they're getting out of that bargaining stage and into the depression stage. That's when acceptance comes. Second thing you should know is you can't argue somebody out of denial ever. Okay, you cannot logic somebody out of anger. It won't work. Each stage requires different communication strategies, and your job is to identify which stage they're in within the first 5 minutes, and then adapt your approach and meet them where they are. Once you get these 5 stages down, then you can predict behavior and communicate with precision and close more deals. The homeowner's grief stage is going to determine their readiness. So if you read it correctly, you'll guide them to acceptance and then ultimately locking in your deal. Lesson 9, objections. What they say, what you do. Okay? Here's the truth. Most operators lose deals not because of their offer, but because they cannot handle objections. So let's go over the first part. Objections are not rejections, okay? They're just buying signals. So when a homeowner says, your offer's too low, they're really saying, I need to understand the value. When they say, I don't trust you, they mean, I need more reassurance. When they say, I need to think about it, what they really mean is that they're not ready to commit yet. So we have the ACE framework, right? And this handles any objection. So you need to acknowledge, right? And that's yeah, I understand. I understand why you'd feel that way. And then clarify. Show them the math, right? Walk them through the calculation and then confirm it with them. Does that make sense? And that's really where you go through, right? Is that ACE, acknowledge, clarify, confirm. Stay calm and validate their concerns. Address any of their issues. Don't ever take it personally. This is business, not a personal attack. So always welcome with open arms any objections that they have and welcome them as opportunities to build even more trust. Once you understand this, you can master objection handling and you'll close significantly more deals. Lesson 10, the Charlie 10, the deep dive. All right. So when you see these new guys or even, people that have been in for a bit, I've seen all walks of life here. They lose deals before they even make an offer because they don't do things the right way. They operate on guesswork instead of data. And it's a damn shame to see this happening. The critical 10, or what I call the Charlie 10, is your comprehensive financial intake system, right? It's the central nervous system of the entire operation. It's the 10 critical data points that replace guesswork with certainty, right? You have to be able to get down the property value, the total debt, any hidden liens, what equity position, timelines, motivation levels. You have to get all that down. That's one. Number two, when you remove guesswork, right, you kill deals 4 different ways, okay? Hidden liens you didn't know about, miscalculated equity that destroys your profit margins, right? Any misjudged motivation that loses you to competitors, and then wrong structure that doesn't match their actual needs. So data wins deals. Every guess you make is just a point of failure. And the C10, the Charlie 10, turns the light on. It gives you the complete situational awareness that you need for certainty, right? And certainty will always beat speed. It does. Data will always beat your intuition. And the C10 is just a non-negotiable. All right, moving right along. Lesson 11, the appointment. Show up and close. The single biggest mistake in the foreclosure business is trying to close complex deals over the phone. Don't do it, right? Deals are closed at the kitchen table. Now, if you get someone that says, tell me what your price is and I'll work with you, different story. But if you're going to try to close some of these pretty complex pre-foreclosure deals over the phone, it ain't going to happen. Why? I'll break it down for you. 4 reasons I got. Trust is built face-to-face with eye contact, body language, and presence. The data that's gathered in person, you get to see their home, you get to read their energy. The solutions that you present are done in clarity. So you have visual aids, you can walk them through numbers, right? And then the contracts are signed when you're there, in your physical presence. And that creates an urgency and a commitment, okay? Number 2, the only 3 metrics that matter. Calls to appointments set, what's the conversion rate? Appointment set to kept, show rate. And then the appointment kept to closed, which is your close rate. So you have conversion rates, show rates, and close rates. And improving each of these by 10%, and you double your deals. That's a fact. When you know, you learn how to prioritize appointments above all else. Don't waste your time on phone calls that go nowhere. Master the appointment and you master this game. And get face to face. Last and final lesson, the C9, which is the advanced game, okay? And this has gone, all the way up into 9 different steps. But once you master this is after the person or the homeowner has signed the purchase contract. I see people celebrating. This is not when you celebrate, no. The C9 is a blueprint dedicated to a system that transforms a solo operator into an empire builder, right? This allows you to go through marketing and lead generation, sales and acquisition, operations, disposition, finance, team building, systems and processes, technology, and then you'll always have your vision and your strategic planning. The second part goes over the components to work together as an integrated system. So once you lock that deal in, you can close it down and get those recording numbers. Master 1, and you're just building a business that operates without you, right? Neglect even 1, and you create a bottleneck that limits your growth. And so this is the blueprint for building a 7-figure business. And it's the advanced game that starts here.